Hi everyone, I'm a software developer in the Code RealTime team. Today I'll be demoing some improvements in the manual layout feature, which we demoed last sprint demo also. Just a small recap is that if you take the manual layout feature, it allowed you to move the states anywhere that you like. So, and if you saved it, all the layout information would be saved in the JSON file. So like this, and so when you reopen it, the position persists. So building upon that, I already have a layout for this base capsule. So let me just open this. So the first new thing that I want to talk about is along with movement, we also now support resizing for certain nodes. So when you click on any node, you see this yellow colored resize handlers appear. So now along with movement, you can also maybe change the width or the height to your liking. So when you save this new width and size, so if you look in the JSON file, along with the X and Y coordinates, now the width and height is also saved. So this will also persist when you reopen the diagram. The second improvement that I want to talk about is earlier you had to move only one node at a time. Now you can move multiple nodes at a time by selecting them together. So let's say I want to move both walking and reached goal. So I'll first click on the reached goal, then I'll press Control and select the second node. So I can now move them both together to any place that I want. And again, press Control S to save the layout data. And the next improvement is now certain text labels are also you're able to move, like this initial label that you see. Maybe you don't like the default position, like it's coming in between the edge, so you can move it maybe below or top of the edge. It will always stay relative to the edge wherever you move the edge. So if you save it, the label information is also saved. It is marked as label X and label Y. So moving on, another small improvement that we have done is earlier when you used to move a node, there was a grid snapping which was happening. To be precise, it used to snap at a value of 10 pixels. Now we have removed that constraint, so it's very free to move wherever you like, allowing for a higher chance for straight edges. So the next improvement is, let's say you want to delete the layout information only for a specific element, say the initial state only. So earlier you had to do that manually, either by going into the JSON and only deleting this part, or if you untick the manual checkbox here, it would delete the whole JSON file. So now you can just click on the node you want for which you want the layout information to be deleted. Just press Control space. There is a new option of discarding manual layout. Just click that, it goes to the default position, and if you press Control S, it gets deleted from the JSON. Everything else remains the same. Moving on, another improvement that we have made is if you want to rename a state, but you can do that by going here to rename symbol, but that doesn't automatically update the corresponding name in the layout settings. So now that will happen. So let's say I want to rename this A1. You can do it by pressing F2 or going by pressing right click and doing it manually. So let's say I rename it as A1 and I just press enter. So it updates in the art file, in the diagram, and also in the corresponding layout data. So you don't have to do it manually at every place. One last improvement that I'll show is the new layout of cell transition. I have another example for that. So if I open the state diagram, so this is how cell transitions will look now. Earlier, they used to take a lot more space. They used to start from the east edge, go over the top to the west edge. So now they'll only be rendered on the east edge. And with the resizing capabilities, if you want to spread them out a bit, you can do that. If you want to move the labels, you can do that. So however you feel comfortable. And all that data will be saved. So that is all from my side. Any questions? Yeah.
I think Greg has a question.
I'm familiar more with the diagram feature in model real time, and my question was, does Code RealTime have like an auto layout? And if it does, how does that feature interact with the customization step?
So do you mean if there is an explicit auto layout command?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so there are two ways now. Either if you unclick the checkbox there, that will kind of revert the diagram back to auto layout completely. So you will lose all your manual modifications.
Yep.
So that's one way. The other way is to select one or several symbols or labels that you have moved, and then you do control space, and then you discard the layout information only for that part. Then those parts will go back to automatically out, and the rest will be manual.
Okay.
So that's the way it works.
All right, thank you.
Any more questions on manual layouts in Code RealTime?